Everyone, in this video we are going to discuss the scanning probe microscopy. So in the scanning probe microscopy, it gives the researchers imaging tools for future specialized microscope to provide the magnification for observation of three-dimensional objects, and this will be renders to the enhanced images, but specimen properties, response and reaction or non-action when specimen are stimulated or touched. So this SPM technology should share the concept scanning and extremely short across the object. It will be considerably 3 to 50 mm radius of curvature. What are the scanning probe microscope? So mainly this family used to make the images of nanoscale surfaces structures, including atoms, very small nanoscale structure atoms. Okay, so those atoms, it may be going to make the image. Okay, so this may be used to scan back forth over surface of the sample, as well as during the scanning process computer also gathers the data. Okay, and also with the help of those data it's going to generate the image of the surface. Okay, then comes into the how this scanning probe microscope it will works. So already we have discussed about this will be a very powerful family of microscope. So sometime the results resolution of this one is will be less than the nanometer. Okay, so already people know that nanometer resolution will be billionth of meter. So in those compared to that, it will be less than that. Okay, so mainly in this component, it will be tip is mounted on the end of the sample on the cantilever beam. Okay, so and also this tip can be sharp and also the single atom. It can be moved precisely accurate back forth and across the surface of the even atom by atom. So when the tip is near the sample surface, okay, the cantilever is deflected by force of SPM can measure the deflection caused by the many kind forces. So it will be including the mechanical contact and electrostatic forces and magnetic forces and chemical bonding also. So van der Waals forces and capillary forces also. So the distance of the deflection is measured by the laser that is reflected off the top. Okay, top of the cantilever and into an array of photo diodes. So it will be similar to the device of the digital cameras. SPM can detect the differences in height that are fraction of nanometers and nanometer about the diameter of the single atom. So the tip is moved across the sample of many times. This is called it as scanning. The movement of the tip is called it as scanning. The computer combines the data and creates the image. So these images inherently colorless because they are measuring properties other than the reflection of light over here. That's what it is, colorless over here. Then the images are often colorized with the different colors representing different properties along the surface. So for different properties, example the height and other thing. Okay, so then scientists use the scanning probe microscope in number of different ways. Okay, so it will be depending upon the information they may use in the different ways, and they are trying to gather from the sample. Okay, the two primary modes are contact mode as well as tapping mode. So now we are going to discuss the what is the contact mode and the tapping mode. So in the contact mode, what happens, the force between the tip and the surface is kept constant. Okay, then this allows the scientist to quickly image the surface. Okay, so here the tip and the surface is kept constant. So this is the tip and surface is kept constant. But comes into the tapping mode, the cantilever it is oscillates. Okay, the cantilever it is oscillates and intermittently touching the surface. And tapping mode is especially useful for scientists to imaging the soft surface. Okay, so the contact mode it is used for to quickly image the surface, and this tapping mode it is used for scientists imaging the soft surface. Okay, so these are all the points you have to remember over in the scanning probe microscopy. And there are several types of scanning probe microscopy are there. That is the atomic force microscopes. It will be going to measure the electrostatic forces between the cantilever tip and the sample. This is the sample and this is the cantilever tip. And the magnetic force microscopes, this is also called MFM. So this measures the magnetic forces. So for that the magnetic force microscope it is used. And the scanning tunneling microscope is going to measure the electrical current flowing between the cantilever tip and the this one sample. Okay, so this scanning tunneling microscope measures the electrical current flow between the tip and the surface. So for that purpose, these are all the different types of scanning probe microscopes are used over here. Okay, then comes into the advantages of the SPM technology. It will provide the large variety of specimen and observation environment using the same microscope and specimen, reducing the time required to prepare the study specimens. And specialized probes, it may improvement indication of scanning the probe instruments. So like in the comparator, optical comparator, some specialized probes are used to measure the dimension. Same like here also they are used as the specialized probe. Okay, so that instruments continues provide the faster and more efficient revealing specimen images with the minor effort and modification. So then comes into the disadvantages of the probe microscope technology. Mainly here the images it will be produced in the black and white or grayscale, so it can some circumstance exaggerate specimen actually shape or size. Then computers used to compensate the this exaggeration and produce the real-time color images, so to provide the researchers with real-time information including the interaction with the cellular structure, harmonic response, magnetic energy. So these are all the disadvantages using of probe microscope technology. So with that, this scanning of probe microscope technology get over. Thank you.